Hey everybody, wanted to take a second to show what the basic engineering career kind of looks like and how you can work on that skill and level it up. And again, just a little bit about what it is. So if we first open our book, we can see that basic engineering, it allows for easier construction of things like roads. It also gives us early forms of mechanical power. So it levels up by crafting these recipes. If we show our locked benefits, we can do stuff eventually like creating powered carts. We can make iron wheels. We can make plows for farmers so that they can plow their fields faster. Along with like road building tools, you can build a stone road tool. Um, you can build a wood shop cart. This allows people to set up their cart in town or like near people's homes. That way you don't have to run super far. Or you can have maybe one shop at your house and then you can set up a wood shop cart by somebody else's house. So you have a chance to sell multiple things. So there's a lot that you can do. Okay. Engineers are kind of the glue that hold everything together. And without engineers, a lot of people can't really do their jobs. So there's three tables that you use. The first one is a table you already have, and that's called a workbench. Okay. The workbench has a couple items that you can make that are super important for other jobs. Okay, so the first one is called a rocker box. Okay, miners need a rocker box so that they can basically transform their iron ore into iron bars. It's not quite that simple, but that's the first step. Is they go out and they mine some iron ore, or they find crushed iron ore, right? And then they have to use this rocker box to kind of clean it up a little bit. So that's one very important thing that you can do for the server is to get those rocker boxes available for people to buy. Another important job, and I'm just looking for the, you can see like the little basic engineering tag. That might be the only one on, oh, yep, and then the Arastra. Okay, again, miners are going to need this Arastra. You will need to find a millstone, which is crafted by a masonry person, so someone who knows masonry. You'll need to get a millstone. But this is used to crush rocks, which is super duper important for a lot of mining and masonry skills as well. Okay, crushed rock is important, so you'll need to make these Arastras and have them for sale so that other people can do their jobs. Okay, so those are the two main things you can make at the workbench that are super important for us to advance. Then if we go over to our Wainwright table, this is your guys' like main setup. If you notice, almost all of these have the labor needed of a basic engineer. We're probably not going to do a ton with the stop signs, the street signs. They look cool, but we don't really have, we're not focused on that right now. Most importantly for you guys is probably going to be stone roads. Okay, so like I mentioned, you can sell Arastras to miners. They can then use that to crush rock. And then when you use crushed rock and mortar, you can create a stone road. Okay, there's two ways to make mortar. I mentioned this in the mining video. But the first way is at a campfire. If you take plant fibers and you cook them, it'll create mortar. You can also have a mason make them at a masonry table. It just takes the ingredients, as you can see down here, are sand. So that's one thing you can do. You can also create these wooden shop carts, okay? You'll need to get some ingredients from other people. So it is important if you want to be a basic engineer, you got to be willing to private message people, talk to people in class, say, hey, you know, I need this lubricant. It looks like, and again, if you hover your mouse over something, you can then move your mouse into this window. If you just look at it really quick and move on, it's going to disappear. But if I sit here and I see it kind of like, it'll like click almost. Now I can go up here and I can see that the wood shop cart requires one lubricant. When I hover over lubricant, I can see there's two places that it's made. The first is the oil refinery. We probably don't have any of those right now. We definitely don't. But we do have some butchers. Okay, so a butcher can create grease at a butchery table. They just have to use this thing called tallow, which they can get through like cooking and doing some other things. So you got to work with a hunter slash butcher to get lubricant. You can make your own store. You can make your own wood cart. Lumber you will need to get from, I can't remember if it's lumber or lumber boards. You might be able to make those yourself. And then this cotton fabric. I don't think we've had anybody yet get into the tailoring profession. We'll need to get that unlocked at some point. But long story short, you guys kind of are the middlemen. You create a lot of helpful stuff. The wood cart is an upgrade from the wheelbarrow. You can hold more stuff. It's more efficient, right? And then creating roads is a big deal. When we have a kind of a road network where we can connect our stuff, it's easier to haul big loads. You can buy and sell bigger stuff in bigger quantities instead of just what you can carry, right? It's annoying when you have to make 7 trips to the store because you want to buy 7 different things, and you just don't have the space. So the final table, you don't do a ton here, but it might be worth the investment. Okay, at a carpentry table, there are a couple things that basic engineers can do, and a lot of it is about creating power. So to advance our technology, right, some careers and some jobs are going to need machines that need power. Okay, there's 2 early types of electricity that we can create. One is through a water wheel that has to be placed in fresh water on a river. It can be placed in both a river and waterfall. Okay, the other is a windmill. Okay, it just needs a clear space of 10 blocks in front of it for like full power generation. Not too complicated. But it does take a basic engineer to create those. So if you happen to be a carpenter and basic engineer, these are some easy things for you to kind of double up on with your skills to create. But if not, you can still go out and you can get hewn logs. You can go out and you can ask somebody to make you these wooden hull planks. It looks like they're made at they're made by a shipwright. So to make that water wheel, we might need somebody to get into the shipwright skill, which I believe is, forget who that's under. I think it's right here. Yep. Maybe somebody can become a boat expert. But yeah, engineers really have to work together with a lot of people and collaborate. They are the glue that holds us all together. So if this sounds like a job for you, talk to me. I can give you that scroll. I'll help you learn the skill, and we'll go from there. Thank you guys for checking out this video. Talk to you all later.